This girl is so fake. As soon as she saw the woman coming, she purposely grabbed the man's arm, loudly talking about where to hang out tonight. Aisha shot Ozan a death glare. He quickly took the hint, and hurried back to his office without delay. Just last night, Kagura saw with her own eyes, Ozan and Aisha kissing in the rain. She returned home heartbroken. Sina noticed something wrong, and asked if Ozan said anything to her, but Kagura refused to talk about it, and went to her room. Once she calmed down, Sina went to have a heart-to-heart talk. Kagura asked, am I ugly? Sina hesitated, well, let's see. You're actually pretty attractive. Then why doesn't Ozan like me? I'm invisible whenever I'm around him. Realizing his sister truly loved Ozan, Sina encouraged her to fight for what she wanted. Kagura seemed thoughtful afterward. The next morning Aisha woke up happily. She bit her lip thinking of last night's romance, and shyly covered her face. Aisha arrived at work early, and found daisies on her desk, along with a mysterious note. Excited, she kissed the card, and pulled out some chocolate, enjoying its sweetness. At this moment Ozan secretly approached from behind, and surprised her playfully, with a long passionate kiss. Aisha said, aren't you afraid we'll get caught? Ozan replied he didn't care. He asked if she liked the flowers he sent. Aisha said, I'm practically dizzy from their scent, and the chocolate's delicious too. Ozan looked confused. What chocolate? Right then, Sina came over, asking Aisha if the chocolate was silky enough. If you like it, I'll buy it for you every day. Aisha felt awkward immediately, and Ozan looked ready to strangle this guy. Seeing things turn tense, Aisha quickly put the chocolate down, and announced she had work to do. At the elevator, Ozan hurriedly followed her. As soon as the elevator closed, Ozan pulled Aisha into his arms, and the two shared a secret moment. Aisha panicked, asking Ozan what he wanted. Ozan insisted he just needed an answer. Will you come tonight or not? Right then, the elevator door opened. They quickly separated, pretending to discuss work. Aisha ran out blushing. An employee stepped into the elevator proudly saying he just saved Ozan. Seeing it stopped, he immediately intervened. Ozan gratefully said, you're my best employee indeed. You've got my back. Outside the elevator Aisha met Kagura. She called out to Aisha from afar, asking her to come to her office. She had something important to discuss. What is this woman plotting now? This woman was seriously out of line. She called her assistant into the office, and said, your boyfriend is just too sweet. He took me shopping for clothes and dinner, and even gave me a fancy $199 necklace. Aisha was stunned. What was up with this woman today? Kagla continued, thanks for helping pick the watch. Ozan likes it so much he won't even take it off. Then the secretary brought in 2 cups of bitter coffee. Kagla invited Aisha to have a sip. Aisha smiled and stood up saying no thanks. Ozan doesn't like the taste of bitter coffee on my lips. She walked out coolly, leaving Kagla gritting her teeth in frustration. Meanwhile, Aisha stormed into Ozan's office. The assistant wisely stepped out. Ozan tried to hug Aisha, but she dodged him. She grabbed his arm and said, wow, this watch is really nice. Ozan chuckled and said, right, I think so too. Then Aisha asked, guess who picked it out for you? Someone who knows you really well. Don't tell me it was you. Ozan finally got what she was hinting at. No wonder I didn't want to take it off, he said. Aisha pulled her hand away. Maybe you two should just be together. One gives you a watch, one gives you a necklace. You really are a perfect match. Seeing she was upset, Ozan quickly threw the watch aside, then leaned closer and said, more than any of that, I just want to see you every day. Just as things were heating up again, the secretary knocked at the worst time. They quickly stepped apart, watching Aisha hurry out the door. Ozan couldn't help but smile. Later, after a meeting with Kagla, she got a call from her brother Sina. He told her the business deal was a success, and he was taking Aisha out to celebrate. Once Kagla found out they were together, she cheerfully wished them a good time. After hanging up, Kagla said with a sly tone, ever since Aisha found out Sina was rich, she totally changed her tune. But hey, what girl doesn't love money, right? Ozan frowned at that. He didn't agree with her take. Aisha's not that kind of person. Kagla shrugged, maybe, but they're on a date right now after all. Hearing that, Ozan couldn't sit still anymore. He quickly made an excuse and left. Meanwhile, Aisha stared at the menu. This place was ridiculously expensive. She instantly suggested eating street food instead. Sina stopped her, and said, let me order. So Aisha gave in, and said she was going to the restroom. Just then her phone rang. Sina saw it was Ozan calling, and picked up the call, telling him to stop bothering them. That made Ozan furious. Just as the two were about to eat, Ozan pulled out a chair and sat down. Aisha asked, why are you here? Ozan said, I'm here to take my sweetheart home. Then he just led her away. In the car they started arguing again. Aisha asked why he didn't trust her. Ozan said, men out there are wolves. I don't want anyone else drooling over my girl. The car went quiet. Aisha said quietly, why do we fight every time we see each other? Ozan looked at her seriously. Maybe this is just how we are. toxic and loving all at once, but even so, I still want to be with you. Aisha was moved. She held his hand tight and said, I only love you. They looked into each other's eyes, and started whispering sweet nothings again.